Welcome back. The news in details. Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli on Monday held a press conference during which he tackled the state's efforts to accelerate the clearance of goods at the Customs Authority. The Prime Minister said customs clearances of goods stuck at Egyptian ports will continue, pointing out that the banking sector is providing all the foreign exchange needed for the clearance. Madbouli also tackled the Prices Decrease initiative, which aims at offering all goods at lower prices. Earlier in the day and during a cabinet meeting to follow up the process, Madbouli said the customs clearance is ongoing in a good way, with no complaints. He pointed out that some goods were released from customs after finalizing due procedures, but were not received yet by their owners. He gave directives to urgently contact the owners of the mentioned goods in order to complete their release. Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli asserted that putting an end to the war in Gaza is an imperative need, pointing out that Egypt suffers the brunt of any regional conflict. This came at a meeting with the visiting U.S. Senate delegation that included Democrats and Republicans at the Supplies and Procurement Committee. The Premier said Egypt is keenly interested in maintaining the strategic partnership with the U.S., hailing multifaceted cooperation between both countries on the basis of mutual respect and interests. Foreign Minister Sameh Shoukry stressed Egypt's total rejection and its warning of any Israeli military operation in Palestinian southern city of Rafah, which will cause a humanitarian disaster that will get out of control and will have unprecedented complications. This came during Shoukry's meeting with his German counterpart Annalena Baerbock, during which they held talks on the situation in the Gaza Strip. The top two diplomats tackled efforts to stop the war, reach a ceasefire, and stop the aggravating humanitarian suffering of the people in the Gaza Strip. Shoukry asserted on the necessity of reaching a truce and a ceasefire in Gaza as soon as possible. He also reviewed efforts exerted by Egypt aiming to reach a truce that leads to a permanent ceasefire. He also underscored the necessity of uniting international efforts to press on Israel to guarantee complete access of humanitarian aid and opening of land border crossings between Israel and the Gaza Strip without any hurdles. For her part, the German Foreign Minister Annalena Baerbock stressed on the importance of opening all crossings between Israel and the Gaza Strip and removing all obstacles that face entering of aid. Egypt welcomed on Monday a UN Security Council resolution that called for an immediate ceasefire in Gaza. A statement by the Foreign Ministry said that passing this resolution after 5 months of military operations that left the Gazans in catastrophic situation is an important step on the way of halting the bloodshed in the Gaza Strip. The statement called for an immediate implementation of the ceasefire resolution, stressing that Egypt will continue to work with all international and regional parties to contain the crisis in Gaza. Welcome back. Egypt's stock market indices collectively went up in the trading session on Monday after high rates of purchasing operations by investors. Analysts said that local and foreign investment funds concentrated on selective purchasing operations in different fields to reach high rates and exceed selling operations by local and Arab investors, then create profits. So the benchmark EGX30 index gained 0.98%. The EGX70 index for small and medium businesses also added 0.72%. And the broader EGX100 index also rose 1.04%. The market capitalization gained £23 billion to close at £1,964 billion amid transactions of about £86.9 billion.